So, with procedural dungeon generation locked in, it was time to address the florble in the room, or the lack thereof. In today's video, I've teamed up with a buddy of mine to finally bring the florble to life. From this, the crochet Smoliv that inspired it all, to this, 3D florble, showing you guys the process along the way, with maybe some fun bonus content as well. I had so much fun collaborating with my friend on this.
What the? What? That's not right.
My dream one day, to have the resources to work on these passion projects full time. So I have set myself a goal. Try to get 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year to show publishers that this idea has legs. So if you aren't subscribed already and are enjoying my videos, make sure to subscribe and share with your friends. The support really means a lot. Looking around my project, I was proud at what I had currently achieved in the limited days I had to work on it. But something seemed missing. Probably because I was still using Unreal Engine's sample scene, but we'll get to updating that later. One of the core pillars of my game is literally the little guys. I legit have it written in my game design document. These creatures that I have called the Florbles. Not sure if this will be their final name, but we'll stick with that for now. These little guys being a major pillar of my game, this means that they will have a major impact on the player's abilities whilst they're in the dungeon, depending on their type. And so finding them within the game will really be the driving force to motivate the player to explore. Another core pillar of my game. Finding these little guys helping propel the player through the story. And also, every game needs a cute little guy. And so I knew that I needed to add them into my game early, in order to really start prototyping the most impactful features to my project, to make sure that the unique hooks and aspects of them really felt right, not just on paper, but also through play. Leaving Crochet Smoliv at home, my inspiration, my muse, my one true love, I went on holiday to Japan. I actually managed to get some dev done whilst away, which was awesome. So I'll link that devlog in the description below. But during that time as well, I was concepting, bringing a little sketchbook with me as well as this book. I drew some little sketches of how I had envisioned the florbles in my mind, using this book, The 100 Australian Wildflowers by Mel Baxter, as reference for the different flowers that would be on the florbles' heads. Growing up in England, the land of tea, daffodils and bluebells, the nature of Australia has never failed to take my breath away. And the most iconic, unique flower that comes to mind whenever I think of Australia, after living here for 10 years, the waratah. And so for the design of our first ever florble, I decided that the waratah florble would be the face of this game. And I mean, we've probably learnt by now, I'm not the best at art.
Looking back through this sketchbook though, look at this unicorn. Damn. Don't ask me what this is.
So after I played around with a few different forms, just to see if anything different would work for the main shape of the floorball, I landed on the original design that never fails to make me smile when I see it. The blobby design. The only problem was, how was I going to bring this to life in the game? So this is when I reached out to my friend, enlisting her help and expertise with technical art, animation, rigging, and more, to help me bring the floorball to life. We also did a bit of concepting together as well, but ultimately, it was the blobby design for me. The perfect mix between a slime from Slime Rancher and, of course, the Smoliv that started it all. Though these designs definitely inspired some ideas for potential enemies to have in the game. So stay tuned to see if any make the cut. Getting started on the procedural dungeon generation, Jemima was hard at work bringing the floorball to life. Starting with blockouts to get the proportions of the little guy in place and the positioning of its waratah head mapped out, the beginnings of the floorball were blooming. We decided early to have the body and the flower of the florbles be separate models, with their own unique animations for ease of implementation. But also because all of the florbles are going to share the same body. Perhaps with different coloured materials for variation, but also to showcase their different types. The difference being the native flower that grows out of their blobby body. So after some tweaking and experimentation with blobby physics,
what the dog doing?
And separating these in engine, Jemima handed the assets over to me to implement. Jumping on Discord, Jemima showcased all of the epic work that she had done, and I couldn't be more happy with how the Florble actually turned out. The drawings made me smile, but the gifts that she was sending me nearly made me cry with happiness. It's so incredible seeing something that has been manifesting in your mind for so long actually come to life, no matter how random it might be. But there was no time to cry. I had the Florble in my hands, and it was time to introduce them to the project that I was making, just for them. As I said before, the body would be shared by all of the little guys in the game, no matter their type. So I created a base blueprint to then be the parent of the subsequent prefabs. It was easy to attach the Waratah to the body by using a socket within the skeleton of the asset, just like I had done for the jaffle iron for the player. For those who are new here, yes, the player's weapon is indeed a jaffle iron. I then created an animation system for the body of the little guy, and a unique one for the Waratah, which listens for the current velocity to determine where in the blend space to play which animation, whilst the Florble is moving. The animations we currently have being idle, walk, and run. Quickly then smashing together a simple follow script, I brought the Florble into my scene and tested it out. And after some improvements to the follow code, making it work through states rather than just through the blueprint of the actor directly, the Florble seemed to have a life of its own, and was actually pretty clever in figuring out the best path to get back to the player, even at different heights and distances. And I still couldn't believe it. He was here, following me around, in my game. But it got me thinking. My Florble was perfect, but the world I had brought him into wasn't. Yet. I wanted to show the Florble what an incredible place this project would one day be. And so I took a crash course in Unreal Engine's landscape tools to create a first pass of the playable map. An island surrounded by beach and water, reminiscent of my own life here in Australia. Loading into this new world and bringing the Florble with me, he seemed to really like it. We ran along the beach together, swam together, and watched the sunset together. Talking about what future things this project will hold with the Florble at its helm. Happy that the Florble was happy, I brought the portal into this world, using a mixture of persistent levels and opening new levels via blueprint to enter the dungeons. There's still a lot I need to do to improve this transition and flesh out the environment of the world so that the player doesn't see the portal pop into existence, for example. But for now, I was happy with its implementation, as I was still learning the ropes with environment design. #noob. It was when I came back to the project though the next day that the unspeakable happened. The Florble, my best friend, was gone. Searching everywhere, I had no idea where they could have went. Even in the ocean where we had swam, there was just no sign of the little guy. Until I found this. A note from the mushrooms forcing my hand. It was then that it really hit me. I would have to face them. And not just in a smack them out of existence, hope that they don't come back sort of way. It was time to stop living in my dream Florble paradise and continue to work on the combat system, which I had been ignoring since the first showdown. I have to get the Florble back. Thank you so much everyone for watching yet again another silly little video of mine. I still can't believe all of the love and support that I've been receiving on this little project, whilst upskilling in Unreal Engine at the same time. As I mentioned earlier, my dream one day is to work on this project full time, and have the resources to collaborate with more of my friends on this project and other epic ones like it. So your support really does mean so much, and could really help one day to show that there is real love behind this project. So yes, as much as I hate broadcasting and asking this, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you aren't yet, please make sure to subscribe. And comment below things that you would like to see me do or work on, or things to add to the project. I've been having so much fun making these devlogs and also other videos on my channel, sharing my quirkiness with you all. So if you guys have been enjoying this content, or even if you know somebody who might like it, please make sure to like this video and share it with them, helping to spread the word of Florbles around. Thank you so much guys again for watching. Until the next one.